And in case it's somehow not written all over my face, I will start by telling you that I am a little bit of an anxious person. And two things very high on my list of things that make me anxious are one, talking to strangers, and two, our changing climate and its impact on life here on this precious planet that I share with a bunch of strangers I'd rather not talk to. And there is one scenario that comes up over and over again in my life that brings these two sources of anxiety together in a sort of perfect storm, if you will, and that is small talk. Because what people talk about when they do small talk is the weather. So here's what happens. I'll be at a social gathering of some kind, usually shoving food into my face to avoid talking to strangers. When a stranger approaches and says something like, "Hot enough for you?" And I say, through a mouthful of crackers, "It will never be normal again." And the stranger slowly backs away. So I'm not very good at small talk, but that's okay because we are in a crisis as big as anything this planet has ever seen in its 4.5 billion years of existence. There are 7.5 billion people and counting on this planet, and we are pushing it to the absolute brink of its ability to sustain us. We don't have much to gain from small talk. We need big talk. I first learned about the greenhouse effect in my 7th grade science class with Mr. Feeney. The idea that our planet was on a path to get hotter and hotter was scary, but I was fortunate enough to live in a lovely, leafy New England suburb where grown-ups were responsible and could generally be counted on to fix problems. So I naturally assumed that the grown-ups would figure this out and fix it. Over time, as the storms got bigger and the lines on the graphs got steeper, it became clear that the grown-ups did not fix it. And now I am the grown-up. We are the grown-ups, and we are all scared. Scared for our kids and their future. Scared that it's already somehow too late to fix this. My daughter Harriet, I love, turned 5 1 month ago today. Her favorite animal is all of the animals on Earth, and kitties, and dogs, and horses. Harriet started kindergarten last week. She's had 6 days of school so far and has spent nearly every one of them sweltering in an unair-conditioned classroom in an unseasonable heat wave. But what are we even calling seasonable anymore? September will never be normal again. We are the grown-ups. It may be too late to prevent climate change, but in the midst of a mass extinction, what am I going to say to a 5-year-old who loves every animal on Earth? Who comes running in from the yard and thrusts her tiny hands out to show me, "I got 2 slugs, Mama." Do I tell her there's nothing we can do? It's too late? We can do something, and we must try. We need to talk to strangers, and we need to turn small talk into big talk. Big talk means not just big and bold ideas, but amplified voices. We are building an army of protectors to protect our Mother Earth. We need to think big and talk big to anyone who will listen, because if we don't, the world our kids and grandkids live in will be unrecognizable and unsafe. We might hate small talk, most of us do, so let's skip it and get straight to the big talk. Let's talk about fixing leaky gas infrastructure instead of building new pipelines. Let's talk about zero emissions and how to get there fast. Let's talk about a green jobs guarantee. Let's talk about the vulnerable communities that suffer the most when we don't raise our voices and hold our elected officials accountable. If we all do it together for our kids and grandkids, we will be heard, bigly. We are Mothers Out Front, Worcester. I hope you will join us. Thank you so much.